Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of Hell. And today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 322, titled The Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite. Ooh, I'll go focus chapter. I wonder what kind of thing we're gonna get. So let's appear about the boost and see what kind of excitement we're gonna have in this chapter, or what kind of emotional turmoil would be more correct thing to say in this situation. So we start this chapter with Izuku dropping in, I'm guessing slow motion, since we see like very good focus on the raindrops, and then we have where bubbles. I'm guessing Izuku's inner thoughts being like, I have to free myself from this grasp, but I don't have the strength left to do so. I guess Izuku is like, I should leave like now. I still can leave. It's just that I just don't have the strength to like leave right now. I'm guessing this has something to do with, being physically exhausted and mentally being drained. And now we have Uraka being like, release. And we have Izuku catching and Ida and Izuku falling down. And Ida is like, how can I stick this landing? And see Christian be like, I got it, I got it. Yeah, that's kind of, this chapter is not very comedic, but this is like kind of a final joke where you have basically that standard joke where someone's like, oh, then falling, don't worry, I'll catch you. So yeah, and we see Ida and be like Hiroshima, and we see them crashing, and we see Toru be like, whoa, are you okay? And Oran behind her, and we see Kirishima actually catching both Izuku and Ida in his arms. Well, that went better than it could have went. And we see Kirishima like, I won't break. I guess the force and two of them falling on would be a lot for a normal person to handle, but for Kirishima, it was, I guess, nothing. And she Kirishima be like, Midora, a while back, this one story threw me for a loop. Some kid my age dashed into danger to save a pal. That had to be you, right? Ah, so that event in the first chapter actually did reach public eye. I mean, I think they did confirm that the students were aware of this. I'm not the whole incident, but I think this is the first time someone directly mentions Izuku going to save Bakugo. So we give, so that's a bit. It's fun interesting to see because we never actually really focus all that much on this type of stuff. So yeah, now we get his speech that didn't have squat to do with special powers or anything. What you did back then is the same sort of action we are taking for you now. So Izuku is saying, dude, we're doing the same things you would like to do. And we see then Ida be like, stellar positioning on your part, Kyoshima. Just happened to be there while following Never's orders, dude. Mikasa being humble is nice to see as well. And when we see a panel with all of Class 1A showing up, like we had Aoyama and Toh being close, but now we have everyone being also being here. We see yeah everyone like Togami is carrying Jiro and Jiro. Ida is there. She seems to be alone. I'm guessing that Koda and Soji went with Uraka, Minata and Tsuyu, Seo went on his own, Baku as well, and then the rest are just with Todoroki. And we have Mina's part, which is like Midoriya. I can't stand the thought of losing anyone else. Okay? So won't you stick with us? We got classes to attend to and stuff. Funny to see that being mentioned, but I get what they mean. It's supposed to be like this, okay, let's try to come back and do stuff normally. It was like Kirishima be like, wow there, Midoriya. I guess even they after address like Izuku, you're like completely out, like you can barely move. And we see this like very sad panel where we see like Izuku completely in shadow, and you can't even like see his eyes. Like even he's so exhausted, like, he might as well have been knocked out, and he still is trying to move. And we see Izuku be like, I would like that, but I'm too scared for all of you, the people at UA. I don't want to make trouble for anyone else. Things just can't go back to how they used to be any not anymore. Which it's true. Class 1A and the teachers can handle themselves, but there are a lot of people who are gonna be in this school. So all of innocent. That's is actually shown people's reaction in the next in the end of the chapter. So it makes sense. And now we get Bakugo like the if we couldn't get the most epic of epic speeches and the most like yeah you're emotionally broken Izuku you're not waking up after this one then Bakugo you know this it was gonna be him. Hey, remember what I said when Shirogane made Swiss cheese out of me? No, I don't. And again, Izuku has no pupils at all. It was stop trying to win this on your own, but I had more to say. I needed to win to tell you that I got stabbed because my body moved on its own. You know it always looked up I always looked down on you because you were quirkless. You were supposed to be beneath me, but I kept feeling like you were above me. I hated it. I couldn't bear to look at you. I couldn't accept the way you were. So I kept you at arm's length and what was mean to you. I tried to act all superior by rejecting you. But I kept losing that fight. Since we got into UA, nothing's worked out how I thought it would. Instead, this past year forced me to understand your strength and my weakness. Now I don't expect this to change a thing between us, but I just gotta speak my truth, Izuku. I'm sorry for everything. And we see this like very somehow where we see Bao kind of like dropping not fully properly in Japanese, but like bowing his hand in apology. And we see even like Minata's reaction. I'm guessing it's because he's like the only one whose face can be that over the top and the rest being it's like it's very always what the focus of this chapter is, and that's is Babu finally apologizing to Izuku for for being his bully. Also, between the speech, we get like past panels of the backstory as well as them like how every version they were drawn like school kindergarten, school, high school, UA. We get all those panels, and we get Izuku finally getting his pupils back and him look like he's about to cry. There's nothing wrong with the path you've been walking down, since inheriting one for all and following All Might's lead. But now you're barely standing, and those ideals alone ain't enough to get you over the wall you're facing. We are here to stop in when you can't handle it all on your own, because to live up to those ideals and surpass All Might we gotta save you, the civilians at UA and the people on the streets, because saving people is how we win. Which is true. Like a lot of times has been mentioned in My Academia by people in story that what the heroes want to do is save people. That's what some of them are. Which is something that some people are complaining about. We're like, oh, these characters don't do anything. They are just there to support our users. Why can't they fight? Which is usually more compared to like to our characters like in Black Clover. But in My Academia, it's protecting people. Saving is far more of a focus. Like here, it's put far more attention about saving someone's life. I mean, now stories they also save lives, they also do that, but it's more like we are the only thing we do is save them, and that's what we are gonna do. Here it's like you can save them, but you cannot save them by being the enemy. You have to save them from the collateral damage. You have to save them emotionally. You have to save them on other levels. So this really works in My Academia story, and it's very well established. So we have Izuku's mind thoughts being like, everyone, I said you all couldn't keep up with me, has always been way ahead of me. I guess this is Izuku kind of remembering what he said at the beginning, because at the beginning, mainly in the first volume, Izuku has actually thought everyone's ahead of me because of the way they use quirks. But in terms of like being a hero and like the true ideals of a heroism, he is above them. He was always above them in that regard. Like Bago jumping into rescue, Ochako jumping to rescue while everyone else run away. And we're like, we would do it if it was an actual emergency. It's a good thing we went there, but we would have done it on our own. And then we hear Izuku just collapsing and be like, I'm so sorry, I said something so awful. Which I think Izuku's honestly a bit exaggerating, but I get what he's mean. He's gonna be drained, and we see Kachan going there and him catching Izuku when he's falling. We get it. And Izuku's like, we understand what you mean, and we see like this saw moment with supposedly with Sato and Shoto, and somewhat with Ojiro and Jiro, and then we focus on Ochako. And then we get, with that, our first challenge is cleared, but the road ahead will be perilous. So I guess what Mel's basically saying, yeah, we managed to get Izuku back, but I don't think this gonna mean that it's gonna get anything slower. It's still gonna be on full throttle. And Joko's like, yeah. Now, some people might be a little surprised that Ochako isn't going to get like a speech, like just for now. She doesn't get like a full on speech like Bakugo does. But in honesty, it makes sense why she wouldn't. Not everyone needs to get it. Although I'm a little surprised to see that Hagakure makes sense because there was no real moment, and Aoyama didn't get one. Those two are a little surprising. Since you would think at least Aoyama would get it, because Hagakure maybe not because there was no like moment you can draw on, but Aoyama you would think so. A possible king to the traitor maybe? But yeah, anyways, we have Black. We back on. That's like Izuku gaining consciousness basically, and we're like, oh, he's waking up. 13, he's up. Oh, that's great. Can you hear me, Midoriya? Yes. And then we get 13 face reveal, and 13 is looks like to be a younger looking girl. Now I think 13's age was revealed, can't remember exactly, but she looks a little younger than I was expecting in all honesty. MC for them being like, at present, most civilians have moved into evacuation shelters across the country. The majority of the holdouts are anti-hero protesters who form vigilante corps or violent pillagers simply riding the wave of escaped convicts. So basically what they're saying is people who we're at more top priority to help, or the ones that we can help the easiest, are pretty much safe now. Like there aren't that many people who have to like you actively have to go and save them, or are gonna exactly be the most help most easiest to help and save. And you see the new UA wall, and it's holy shit, it's ginormous. Like the door seems to be absolutely tiny in comparison. Like this is a wall. No, this is like in a castle. You know that like wall they have around them? Like this is what this looks like. Like the school went full medieval knight castle thing here. So yeah. Now we have more. Every day more people grow wary of the anti-hero ideology and decide to move into shelters. So I guess the whole anti-hero ideology this also had side effects with people actually being more concerned about their safety. And they went there. Meanwhile, most of the violent radicals end up forming gangs that are easy enough to track down. So what everything's saying is basically just, yeah, these people who are riding the whole evil and now taking advantage of that, they are not really all that concerning. They may fall games, but they're not really all that, difficult. Like, after this whole thing is cleared, it will be very easy to track them. So we have now even more. The mass evacuation continues amidst the violence, and personnel are assigned to deal with the effort or the other. Everyone is doing their utmost to improve the situation. As for the aid you were providing out there, other heroes and police are now able to take on that burden. So 13 is basically saying, yeah, don't worry, the rest of the heroes and police now got this. You don't have to focus on that anymore. And then we see Izuku's reaction, and you can, even though it's bad, Izuku is bad now because he's now listening and not going the same path the All Might did. You can still see that he's still completely broken and shoveled. Like, we still don't see one eye, and the other one is like this huge, is a bit huge. And it was like, this is UA. The UA barrier out in full force, and this giant wall is just the tip of the iceberg. So apparently there's even more security on. We'll see. And then we see Haruka be like, you'll freak when you hear the deeds about this system. They say we can combine with Shikatsu. Okay, I know that's one of the schools, but I'm not remembering which one. Is it that one with Miss Joke or the Wind guy? I think it's the one with Miss Joke since it was mentioned beforehand they'll be working together a bit more. So I'm guessing that's them. So now we have, I guess, Izuku's air thoughts. Of course, I want to honor Class A's feelings about this, but we see Izuku quite questioning, and we get about a page of him, and he's like a bit more calm, but he's still like in completely full in despair, like, yeah, great, but that's not gonna be. No, and Izuku's like immediately, no, I can't come back. You see 13. I'm not sure if that's 13 reacting to Izuku or the roaring outside, and someone's like, what's all that noise? Maybe it's 13. And see a bunch of people protesting, and we're like, don't let that boy take one step into UA. And these people seem to have formed like a chain in front of the gate of the opening. They say Shuri was talking to some kid, and he is the one, isn't he? They don't know for sure, but I think they can put things together and say, yeah, he is the one. And Suzuko's face, where he seems to like, yeah, I knew it. They're right. They're echoing my basically mindset. Like they're basically putting my point. Like you don't need to ask me, ask them. And we'll see Pisama and be like, hey, now take a chill pill, folks. Then you all hear the principal's explanation. He guaranteed our safety no matter what. And then we have another one be like, well, some being like, wait, and you, what, and you were convinced by that crap? We abandoned our homes and came here because we thought we would be safe. So what's the ticking time bomb doing here? Which is true. Like, you can explain to some people you'll be safe, but there are gonna be some who are gonna be more, more suspicious than normal. Especially considering, Gigato's Maka's rampage, and it's not like they have anything to calm them down with Shigaraki in terms of group. Like, no one who escaped, I believe, has been captured. Initial escape, there's no word, nothing. Like, as far as they are aware, a couple of assassins are gonna show up and start trouble. Which does make me wonder where this will go. I mean, I believe there are still like 4 assassins who haven't shown themselves. Or is it 3? I'm not sure exactly the number. I think there are 4. Because I believe there are 7 shells and we saw 3 of them. Only, no. No, wait. I think we saw God and Six shadows. One being obscured by the bubble. And then a God was seen and then 2 assassins. Meaning there was 4 of them. Oh, 5 of them, yeah. Well, 4 of them, yeah. So why it's gonna be UA, huh? That's against Screaming saying, let him hide somewhere in place else. So, which is true. I mean, they all have a point. Like, hide somewhere else would be more logical. And Izu's like, just turning around and going away, but then Ochoa grabs him by the hand. She's like, and we see like this. First off, I would say it's actually a very like friendly panel, and she's like, hey, it's okay. Ida and Damson linking this chain. Bago played his part too. We're not letting you go of you now. No, we won't let you. Because when heroes need protecting, who will be there to protect them? Which is related to Ochako's whole character, where she wants to protect everyone, including the heroes. And I'm guessing that they're gonna just like force through. Like, maybe they're gonna say, "You all are gonna if we cannot keep him safe here, then what good is it gonna be here anyways? Like, if this gonna keep you safe right now, what good?" Which I can see someone putting that logic to them, and I could imagine them also doing similar to what Endeavor did when he was like, "What do you want me to do exactly?" And then that report was like, you have to do this, and oh shit. You wanted me to say this, and you being here doesn't exactly help. So I can see this happening. So I'm very intrigued to see what's gonna happen next. So, anyways, is this chapter was pretty emotional. It's great to see this character change us, like subtly seeing how much Izuku and Mago went through and how much the characters have changed since then. It's not much in the action category, but it's a pretty good character development chapter in that regard. So, anyways, you people tell me in the comments below what you think of this chapter. Did you feel emotional? Did it hit for you? Did you think it was boring? I mean, your opinions in the comments. Nice. So, with that said, I hope you like this video. I hope you leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I can't wait to see all of you people next time. Bye.